Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of ASMRPG. I'm Fradley Box, and this series is a little different from most ASMR or gaming videos. I will be playing through classic and modern RPGs, reading the story aloud in a soft voice with the game sounds comfortably audible in the background. I won't be doing funny voices or shouting excitedly when I succeed or fail, because this series is not about me. I also won't be turning down the sounds and whispering so you can barely hear me, because this series is about the games and their stories. I'm here to present the story to you in a way that complements the audio experience of listening to someone else playing. There's just something about the sounds of routine gameplay and a classic RPG score that puts me instantly at ease, and I want to share that with you. Without further ado, let's get started with Final Fantasy IV.
Lord Captain, we're nearly to the Baron border.
So we are.
The trouble's him, too.
Orders may be orders, but this goes too far. Lord Captain! We are the Red Wings, the pride of Baron! Must we now be thieves, sent to plunder from the weak?
Enough.
But Lord Captain, the Mysidians offered no resistance, and still we cut them down.
Listen to me. We did no more than what our kingdom's peace and prosperity required us to do. The Mysidians knew too much of the crystal and its secrets. His Majesty deemed it so. We are the Red Wings of Baron. It is not our place to question the orders of our king.
Lord Captain.
Lord Captain! Monsters at the fore! Everyone all right?
Aye.
But all these monsters as of late.
Disturbing, is it not? I wonder what it bodes. We've reached the castle, my lord.
Well then, prepare for landing, men.
Lord!
Ah, the young lord returns triumphant, says Bygon. You did secure Mysidia's crystal, did you not? Cecil replies, the crystal is ours, but the Mysidians, they did not even raise a hand in their own defense, Bygon. All's the better then, is it not, says Bygon? Only fools would dare oppose the almighty will of Baron. Come, we must not keep his majesty waiting. A moment, my lord. Your Majesty, I fear our good Lord Cecil's faith in you begins to waver. Does it now, says the king. Indeed, Your loyalty and worth are proven once again, Captain Bigan. But the crystal is all that matters. Bring him before me. As you wish, replies Bigan. Lord Cecil, His Majesty bids you enter. The Kingdom of Baron hails your return, Cecil. You have brought me the crystal, I trust? I have, Your Majesty, replies Cecil. Cecil relinquished the water crystal. It is genuine, Your Majesty, says Bigan. So it is, replies the king. See how it shines. That will be all, Cecil. You may leave us now. Your Majesty, Cecil interjects. Have you some other matter to discuss? Asks the king. Our king has granted your leave, and yet you would trouble him further, threatens Bigan. I know it is not my place to ask, Your Majesty, and I pray you can forgive my indiscretion. But what is it you aim to do? Implores Cecil. Your ways are not as they once were. My men's hearts grow heavy with misgiving. As does yours? Asks the king. Your Majesty, no. I would never doubt. Do you take me for a fool, Cecil? Interrupts the king. Do you think your treasonous whisperings escape my ears? After all I've done for you, Cecil, you wound me. This is most unfortunate, but I can place no trust in one who offers none in return. I hereby relieve you of command of the Red Wings. My liege, protests Cecil. You will now go to the Valley of Mist instead, commands the king. There is a task I would have you do. A phantom creature haunts the borders of that land, the Eidolon of Mist. You will slay it and deliver this ring to the village that lies beyond. They will know its meaning. Begone at first light on the morrow. Your Majesty, interjects a voice from behind Cecil. I beg you, my liege, reconsider, Cain says. You know Cecil would not betray you. Ah, Cain, replies the king. I was not aware this matter concerned you, but as you seem so eager to protect your friend, let your spear accompany his blade on the road to Mist. Your Majesty, Cecil protests. I've no more words, says the king. Take the ring and be gone, while my mood is yet fair. Cecil obtained the carnelian signet. My liege, Cecil calls once more. Cain, forgive me. I did not mean to draw you into this. What's to forgive? Cain replies. We'll slay this Eidolon of his, and all will be forgotten. You'll be commanding the Red Wings again before you know it. Cain continues, you must be tired from Mysidia, no? Leave the preparations to me and get yourself some rest. Rumors swarm about His Highness like so many flies, but I shudder to think what might happen were he to catch wind of them. I cannot help but sense a changed air about His Majesty as of late. I, for one, believe in our king. He's a man who's not afraid to act on his beliefs. Rash actions are ill-advised, at least if you value your life. The Valley of Mist lies beyond our far northwestern border. I've not been there myself, but it is said to be shrouded in a fog that never lifts. If our esteemed commander and Lord Cecil of the Red Wings join as one, It is the enemies of Baron who need fear. What is it? Asks Cain. This is all my doing, says Cecil. Forgive me. I told you there's nothing to forgive. What's wrong? It isn't like you to act like this, insists Cain. I did not train in the way of the dark sword so I could steal from innocence, Cain. I trained because His Majesty asked it of me. You mustn't blame yourself for the orders you were given, replies Cain. Our king had his reasons, I'm sure of it. I envy you, Cain, answers Cecil. Cecil, so you saw me? I saw the openings you left, Cecil retorts. How do you expect to lead the dragoons if you cannot even guard your own flank? My father's blood is in me, Cain responds. I will lead the dragoons. Have no fear of that. You're certainly headstrong enough, Cecil replies. No more holding back, Cecil. Fight to win this time. Don't overthink things, Cecil. You need to keep your wits about you. Or do you mean to send me off against the Eidolon alone? Of course not, Cecil answers. We leave early on the morrow, Cain says. Best get some sleep. Congratulations. Word has it Mysidia was a success and their crystal is ours now, thanks to you. His Majesty seems almost to have regained a bit of his youth in recent days, but it's more than that. Something about him seems different. We've been ordered to conduct magical research to aid His Majesty's war efforts, says the Black Mage. The provisions within this chamber are yours to employ as you see fit. The switch upon that wall controls the mechanism that opens the door. We obtained 480 gil, obtained 1 ether, we obtained 1 tent. The vault below houses Baron's ancestral treasures. Entrance within is forbidden in the name of His Majesty the King. Another day, another sleepless night of work. I mean, I sure love my job, I do. You, be sure to tell the Fleet Master that, if you see him. Haven't seen Fleet Master Sid, have you? He's been like a ghost, leaving all the airship repairs to us. Seems distant when I do catch a glimpse, too. Pensive like. Cecil, Rosa cries. Thank goodness you're all right. The orders for Mysidia came so suddenly I'd worried. We are fine. Small wonder, considering we fought mages who did not fight back. Cecil, I'll visit you in your tower later. Of course, Cecil replies. We've imprisoned the Mysidian mages who stood against us. It should be safe to speak to them, as long as you do so through the bars. You're that filthy Dark Knight. Do you truly think what you've done will go unpunished? Demands the Black Mage. What you do to us is of little consequence, but please, you must restore the crystal to Mysidia. You know nothing. That crystal is not some mere glittering stone. Well, well, look who's home. Rosa's been worried sick about you, you know. Make that girl cry and you'll have me to answer to, you hear? Speaking of girls, how are my babies? Didn't burn out any engines, did you? You and them goons of yours need to treat those ships with more respect. Hey, why the long face? Something the matter? Cecil replies, Sid, and Cecil tells him the story. Sid replies, What? And he's sending you to hunt the Eidolon instead? But what will happen to the Red Wings without you? I tell you, something's gotten into His Majesty. He's ordered me to build a new ship. You know, a more maneuverable one, with more firepower. What's he thinking? I'm not building these things for him to wage war. There's talk among the townspeople, too. Everyone's worried about where Baron's headed. And now the king's sending you away from us. Missed, huh? Well, you take care of yourself. Suppose I don't need to worry about you, though, do I? I'd best be on my way, too. That daughter of mine is going to wring my neck if I spend another night here working without checking in at home. We cannot erase the memories of what was done in Mysidia, but we can drown them, says the drunk Red Wing. Never has victory tasted so bitter upon my tongue. The Red Wings have fallen far. Greetings and salutations, Sir Knight. My name is Namingway. I travel the world, bestowing new names upon those dissatisfied with the ones they already possess. But as of late, I find fewer and fewer wishing to take advantage of my renaming services. What say you? Won't you try a new name on for size? Sorry, Namingway, but we like the name Cecil. Say what? You can't change your name? Well, this is certainly unprecedented. It's almost as though my existence here serves no purpose. A Namingway who cannot change a man's name is no Namingway at all. I believe it is time I embarked on a new journey to find my proper place in this world. Well then, until we meet again. I've turned your bed, my lord. They told me you would be departing again on the morrow. Rest well tonight. Cecil decides to rest for the night.
Your Majesty, what's become of you? Where is the noble knight, the man who took me in as an orphan and raised me as his own? The strong, just king I once knew. Is a crystal worth all this? Robbing a peaceful people of what's theirs by right. What need could be so great? King's orders or no, there's no forgiving what we've done.
Cecil? Won't you tell me what happened? First you're sent off to Mysidia, and now to hunt some beast again so soon? Did something happen in Mysidia?
No, it's nothing.
Then why won't you look at me?
In Mysidia, we stole a crystal from people who had done no wrong. I've worn this darkened armor for so long now. There's no mote of light left in me. Not even in my heart.
You're a good man, Cecil.
I'm a coward. A coward who cannot even defy orders he knows he ought not follow.
Cecil of the Red Wings is many things, but he is no coward. Not the Cecil who I love. The king is sending you to Mist to slay the Eidolon, isn't he? If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't...
Cain will be with me. I'll be fine. It's late. You should get some rest.
Be careful.
Thank you, Rosa. But I know what I've become.
Shall we then, Cecil?
I'll be counting on you, my friend.
Then you've nothing to fear.
And so the Dark Knight Cecil, stripped of his command of the Red Wings, set out for the distant Valley of Mist. Together with Cain, commander of the Dragoons, he would pursue a faceless quarry and a chance for redemption. The advent of the airship had marked the realization of mankind's most ancient dream, but man is a creature seldom sated, and he was quick to dream anew. With the unparalleled might of the Red Wings, Baron's military soon reigned supreme. Why, then, does its king now seek the crystals? And why have fearsome monsters suddenly begun to overrun the once calm land? If the crystals know, they share no answers, only their pure and silent light.